my name is Xiao, a community member at PCDC, and this is our very first episode of I Love Chinatown Live, and we will be talking about how to make congee. We're going to be heading to Hanfa Supermarket, which is on the corner of 10th and Cherry, 130 North 10th Street. It's just across the street from Tito, and it's also not that far from the Chinatown Arch. So let's go head over and grab some ingredients for congee. Breakfast and lunch staple in many Asian countries, congee is water and rice and sometimes broth cooked down into a thick porridge. Knowing the correct rice to water ratio is the key to making the perfect pot of congee. Different grains of rice are used, sometimes long grain and sometimes short grain. Asian countries such as Korea and Japan prefer short grain rice, while Chinese congee is usually made with long grain rice. You could eat congee plain, but it's definitely a lot tastier with toppings. Some of the classic toppings are, just scallion. You want to just chop that up pretty finely. I like to add scallions and cilantro together. What I like to do is chop a little scallion, chop a little cilantro, mix it with a little sesame oil, a little salt, and a little pepper. And then you kind of just, you could put that on the congee, and that's really good. Vegetable is also great in congee. You could do these are Shanghai bok choy. You could do baby bok choy too. But just make sure to just chop it finely, and then you could just add it towards the end. Besides vegetables, you could also add meat and seafood into your congee. I prefer meat that has bone in it because it kind of flavors the broth a little bit more. But if that's a little intimidating, you could definitely go with a boneless variety of meats. So you could definitely do ground pork, just season it with a little bit of salt, pepper, oil, cornstarch, soy sauce, mix that around, let it marinate for like overnight. Or you could do, sliced chicken breasts, or you could also even do like just chicken thighs. Shrimp is also another great one. You could do like a seafood congee with shrimp, squid, and a little fish ball if you like as well. Another one of my favorite congee is century egg with pork congee, also known as peidan sao yo chok in Cantonese. It's basically a century egg, which is this egg that I'm holding right here. It's preserved duck egg. It looks a little funky. It has like a dark colored black yolk on the inside, but it's really good, especially with sliced pork loin. So just as popular as century egg, salted duck egg is also another great topping to add into congee. I like to add it just into plain congee with a little bit of scallion and cilantro. One of the main difference between salted duck egg and century egg is it's everything. Salted duck egg has a salty flavor that you don't find in century egg. Think of it as smoked salmon versus your regular fresh salmon. And this is basically what salted duck egg is. It's also, the texture is different as well. But if you're a little bit scared about trying century egg, I would definitely recommend, try it with salted duck egg. Pork floss is also a great topping. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, but it's basically shredded dry pork. I know that sounds a little weird, but it's really good. I actually like to just snack on it. It gives a nice meaty, salty flavor. So we talked a little bit about the different type of rice that you can use to make congee, and also the importance of the rice to water ratio. So one of my favorite easy recipes that you can do is a 1:12 rice to water ratio. So what that means is if you're making it for yourself or for one other person, do a 1/4 cup of rice with 3 cups of water. Give the rice a good rinse. You want to clean it 3 or 4 times. And then put the rice and the water in a pot. You want to bring that to a boil. And once that comes to a boil, you want to give it a good stir one time, and then put the lid on, cook it for 15 minutes, and then give it another stir and cooking for another 15 minutes. Open it one more time, give it a final stir, and then just put a lid on the pot, cook it for 30 minutes, and then you have your congee. And then you could top it with your, vegetables. With if you're using meat, definitely add that towards the beginning of the cooking process. Now, that all sounds very complicated. You could always get congee at one of my favorite places to get it here in Chinatown is Team Won Restaurant. So let's go inside and grab some. Team Won has just a great variety of congee that you can get. You get, just plain congee, or you can get congee with pork and preserved egg. That's the one we mentioned about before. My favorite is the meatball with liver pork belly. If you like innards, that one's really good. And then you could also get, different side dishes and other things, with congee. I really like the Hong Kong style noodles. Those are good. And then you could also get like a fried dough. That's really good. That's a classic topping for congee. And that's it for our very first episode of I Love Chinatown Live. Make sure to follow us on social media, like and subscribe, follow our hashtag I Love Chinatown, and we'll see you next time.